If you're struggling with feelings of imposter syndrome as a new personal trainer, in this video, I'm gonna give you 3 specific frameworks or shifts in your thought process to help you get over it. If you're feeling a little unconfident as a new coach and trainer, I promise you, you are not alone. And one of the #1 things that I find a lot of people are thinking initially is, do I know enough? Right? As I'm stepping into this new role as a guide and a coach for other people, you're probably gone from fitness enthusiast, maybe you've been training your whole life, to now, hey, I'm gonna guide other people. The question is, do I know enough? Do I really know enough? What if someone comes to me, Joe, and they're like, they've got a question I can't answer? Or what if I'm training clients in the gym and the other trainers, they're looking, they know I don't know what I'm doing. And these are all very common, but 100% totally made up thoughts. So I just wanna say right now, if you've had these thoughts, you're just making them up in your head, all right? And the reason that this is important for us to address is because I think oftentimes for the right intention, we get into something new like personal training. You're like, man, I wanna be the best. And I can relate to that, guys. I've been spending the last 16 years trying to become the best. But the reality is there's no objective best. There's just getting better. And so the thing that I like about this thought process, in some ways of like, do I know enough, is that you stay hungry. You continue to want to learn. So you want to continue learning, but the thing you guys got to keep in mind is the knowledge journey. And this is the way I look at it. The knowledge journey as you get into training, as a client, as a trainer, it's a continuous sliding scale. And I just like to have visuals, mostly because I'm very simple-minded and I need pictures, is let's just imagine that this is the knowledge journey. And let's just imagine that this is like level or ground zero. Like someone comes in and they literally don't know their left foot from their right. They know nothing. Chances are you're not there. Chances are your client's probably not gonna be there. But just so we have kind of a starting and end point, that's zero knowledge. Here, right, I almost like to say, I'm just gonna put G, this is like fitness genie status, like all-knowing, all-powerful. Somehow you know everything about fitness. All right, now I've got little kids, so I just got done watching, Aladdin recently, so it makes sense. I think about the genie. No one's ever gonna get there. You're never gonna have all the answers. Nobody does. But let's just imagine that that's the end goal. That's what I'm working towards. Well, cool. Really what you need to understand is that you are somewhere, you as the coach and trainer are somewhere probably along this sliding scale, right? Because you've got experience, you've got your certification, you've got knowledge and information, you've done a lot of things yourself, maybe you've changed your own body. All these things have brought you to a certain place along the journey. The reality is, you're probably not going to be training someone who's further along on that journey. They're almost always, and I can tell you out of training clients for 16 years, I have never once had someone who I felt like, wow, they're on the other side of me in this fitness journey. They're somewhere here, right? Client. So something I just like to remind you guys as you're getting into training, you've gotten your certification, now you're doing the thing, is you already know a lot to help a lot of people. Chances are if you're watching this video, you probably already know enough to help a lot of people. Keep that in mind. So a lot of times this comes down to just a confidence and understanding of where people are. Now the cool part about this whole concept of wanting to get better, which I love and I relate to, is that our real goal then in taking advantage of this and getting over imposter syndrome is just knowing our goal is to move everyone along the sliding scale. My goal over time, continue to level up my knowledge, my skills, my abilities, just train more people, get more experience. That's gonna help you move further along. And guess what? If you do a good job, you're gonna help move your clients along as well. And the other key here that will help you guys feel better, feel more confident, because that's a lot of what this is with imposter syndrome, is lead with your best stuff. Meaning, hey, you gotta be real about where am I at on my journey? What exercises do I really know? How deep do I really understand programming? And lead with your best stuff, meaning do what you're good at. I'll give you guys a very quick example. Assessments. Those who go through or gone through the NASM curriculum, maybe the students that have worked with us, you learn a lot about assessments, but it takes a while to get good at them. So in the process of not feeling like an imposter, don't do things with clients that you don't feel really good about yet. Still continue to try to learn new things, but lead with your best, and I promise you're gonna be feeling better. The second thought that you guys need to reframe is this idea that, like, Joe, what if I don't know? What if they have a question and I just don't have the answer? It's gonna happen. And I'm gonna tell you guys, it's okay. It's okay not to have all the answers. The reality is that if you get good at this thing, personal training, people are gonna actually assume that you know way more than we all learn, right? I'll give you guys a good example. Not uncommon for me to have clients come in and they're like, Joe, like man, my shoulder's been doing this thing. When I do this, what is it? And I usually laugh. I'm like, I don't know. There's a lot going on in there. And then usually I'll pull out an image of the anatomy of the shoulder. I'm like, what do you think? Right? There's a lot of muscles, a lot of things. I like to joke about it a little bit because there's certain things that are really complex, like the shoulder joint, like the hip joint. I might be able to make some educated guesses, but I promise you, the best clients will appreciate the fact that you're not pretending to have all the answers. Because reality is, if I pretend to have the answers about someone's shoulders, about their hip, about this thing, I'm probably not gonna do them as much good as somebody else could. And I think this is the mistake in thinking that as a personal trainer, you need to be all things to the people you work with. And you don't. And it'll actually help your business if you don't try to be. Try to be really good at what you're good at, and then find other people who can help you with the other stuff. For me, that's the reason I've built an entire network of chiropractors, physical therapists, nutritionists to help my clients in ways that I'm just not an expert in. And the cool part is that allows me to add someone else great to their life, which I just know my client's gonna be better off in the end. So I just want you guys to know you're not gonna have all the answers. But I think the thing that people do want from us and will add a lot of value for you in the lives of the people that you work with is becoming a resource, meaning you know where to go. And this takes time to figure out. So what you really want to be dedicated to is not having all the answers, but knowing where to go to find them, right? Thankfully, Google, we've got the internet, but there's so much that we might have to wade through. So I'll give you guys a couple really good examples. Not uncommon for clients to come in asking about supplements. New supplements hit the market. There's things out there. Joe, what do you think about creatine? What about this? What about branched chain amino acids? Should I be taking them? I like to have my own opinions and I'm willing to share those, but I also like to be able to share resources. And examine.com is a really good example. If you have not gone and checked that out, this is unbiased research on a lot of different supplements. And so for me, right, with the first point, this idea of bringing my clients along with their knowledge, I want to educate them. And this is a really cool opportunity to do so. Same thing, Precision Nutrition, really well-known nutrition organization. You might have clients that come in, they're like, Joe, what do you think about intermittent fasting? Or what do you think about paleo or keto or whatever is going on right now? And I do have my opinions and I'll share those. But I also like to just share great information. And I love the way Precision Nutrition presents things. They actually make a lot of resources for you guys that are good things to send to clients. And I truly believe that in the end, rather than having all the answers, knowing where to go for things is a huge, huge value add for so many clients, because then you become a resource in their life that's not just what you're doing in the gym, but everything else they need help with as well. The third and final shift that you might need to make in your mind in understanding what people are looking for as a personal trainer is this common question, Joe, am I in shape enough? Am I in shape enough to be a personal trainer? And my question oftentimes is like, well, what shape is a personal trainer? Square, circle, round, rectangle? And I joke, but there are a lot of shapes and sizes. Even for you guys, if you want to think back to that first image I drew you of people on the journey towards health and fitness, let's just assume the genie is just jack nasty shredded, like he's just unreasonably fit. There are gonna be some people who want to get to jack nasty shredded and unreasonably fit. That's cool. That may attract a certain type of body, maybe a certain trainer. So if you're somebody, you're watching this video and you walk around looking like you're about to step on a bodybuilding stage, that is great, but that's gonna attract a certain type of person. What it will also do, it will demotivate a certain type of person from wanting to work with you. And so I think one of the points that I want to make here is that I think it's amazing. I actually think it's good that there are a lot of different types of trainers, a lot of different shapes, people who are on different levels in their fitness journey. So if you're someone who maybe you're a little bit self-conscious about where you are, you might still be on your own journey. Remember, someone else who is where you have been needs your help, right? And they're probably going to relate more so. If they're here, they're gonna relate more so to someone who's here than someone who's here. All right, that's the simplest way I can put it. And so not to say you don't still want to go on your own journey of experience and changing your body, but there are a lot of clients who might not really care about looking like the jack shredded genie. They just wanna feel better. They wanna live longer. They want to move better. You know, maybe losing an extra 30 pounds would be great, but maybe it's not as important to them as being able to get down and pick something up off the ground. So I just want to show you guys, there are a lot of different reasons that people work with trainers, and probably the most important thing, no matter where you are and no matter where your client are, is be relatable. Be relatable. And people are probably going to relate more so to someone who is closer to where they are. This also goes right in line, right? This question, am I in shape enough? Some people also ask, Joe, am I too old, right? A lot of people getting into the fitness industry, a lot of our students in their 40s and 50s and 60s, but again, someone's gonna relate to you probably more if they're closer to that age bracket. So I think what you wanna do is you wanna think about you, your personal brand, physically, what does that look like? And how do I take advantage of that and use it to my advantage? Because truthfully, it could be your superpower in helping more people like you. And hopefully it's also a great way to think about this stuff so you can get over this idea that I'm not good enough to be a trainer, I don't know enough information, and I'm not in shape enough to help other people. So if you can relate to any of the things in this video, this concept of feeling like an imposter or just not really feeling confident working with clients yet, I promise you, you are not alone. And you should check out the information on our live 2-day accelerator. This is an event that we created just for this purpose, to level up your confidence coaching clients, where we go through over 2 days and teach you everything you need to know, hands-on coaching and queuing, how to program for clients, how to get your first 5 clients, and students walk away with so much more confidence in what they're doing. So if this is something you might be interested in, check out the link below for our next Axiom Accelerator.